Neat Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Hey guys, this is the Neat Dan and Mark podcast. Unfortunately, Anita, her husband was scaling the Scandinavian Alps this morning. He was being tracked by terrorists, and one of the terrorists, who was in a motorbike, hit his car. And as a result, long story short, Anita's not here. But Dan is.
Wait, the story I heard was that he saw a painting of a tunnel on a bridge and he thought it was a tunnel, but it wasn't.
No, that was in 5 things.
Okay.
More on that one later. Adam is a bit smarter than that, I would imagine.
He's Batman, remember?
No.
You obviously don't.
No, I clearly don't. What?
We said he was Batman one week and it was kind of supposed to be a thing. Just like Eugene, which is sitting right with us today, but he's not allowed to talk because he's Eugene.
Yes, Eugene is the poorly intern that get blamed for all of his mistakes. They're all his.
Always.
Yes. So it's a Christmas-themed episode. There's a bit of Christmassy around it. Also a bit of Star Wars throughout. Isn't that great? For at least the next 6 years that Christmas and Star Wars are going to be associated with each other.
So they're going to do December release every year from now?
Yeah, even for the spin-offs. So Rogue
Wow.
One next year is December 17, I think, yeah.
Because this is the first Star Wars movie that was released in December. They were all released in May before this.
Yeah, May the 4th.
Of course.
Well, maybe one of them. I don't know. It's just a witty pun. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Obviously, you have. You're on the internet.
But for the Christmassy theme, we thought we'd have a fun little game at the start. Not fact off, because Anita's not here, and it's only right that we do it with Anita.
We'll just argue amongst each other.
So we decided to read a few Christmas jokes to each other, and now we all know that they're terrible.
Oh, they are so bad.
Yes, but for a different reason. We're going to see if we can guess the answer, because that's how bad they are.
All right. What do you get if you cross Santa with a duck?
How much thinking time do we have?
5, 4, 3.
A Christmas quacker.
Well done. Pun police.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty one. You can move along, son. Move along.
I started at the peak, and it's going to get worse.
Wow. That tells you how bad they are. All right. What do you get if you eat Christmas decorations?
Indigestion?
Is that a guess at a joke, or is that just fact?
Fact. But I have no idea. What?
Tinselitis.
Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Great knock, knock joke later on in the podcast, BT dubs. But this knock, knock, who's there? Arthur.
Arthur who?
Arthur, any mince pies left?
I thought I was supposed to guess.
Oh, no, sorry. You would have never have got that anyway.
No, I wouldn't have.
No.
I reckon you'll get this one, though. What do they sing at a snowman's birthday party? Snowman's. I said that in a really weird way. Snowman's birthday.
Snowman's. He's like Sherman's. It's some sort of pun on happy birthday. Is it?
There's another song that they sing to people on their birthday sometimes. I'll give you a clue.
Ah, yeah. But he's a jolly good snowman. I don't know what.
Freeze a jolly good fellow.
Oh, God. What kind of motorbike does Santa ride?
Harley Davidson, no. Moped. Snowped.
A Holly Davidson.
I think equally bad.
Yeah, yeah. Your fourth one?
Is it fourth or
incoming?
Third?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Doesn't really. God damn it, Eugene. All right. This one is listed as a Christmas joke and has nothing to do with it. What is round and bad-tempered? A vicious circle.
That is a very common bad joke.
And it has nothing to do with Christmas. Why is it listed?
That's like the no idea joke would be more topical.
All right. I reckon you can guess this one. What did Adam say on the day before Christmas? It's the Adam...
Up and Adam?
No, it's the Adam from Adam and Eve.
Oh my God, Eve, it's nearly Christmas. I don't know. No idea.
All right, so...
I'm not built for this.
It's Christmas Eve.
Ho-ho! Ho-ho!
I thought that one was a no-brainer.
How did Scrooge win the football game?
Something to do with bar humbug. Bar humbug,
Not
football...
At all. No. You're searching your mind for football. You're like,
yeah, that's
not a lot up there.
I know they kick it sometimes. Do they touch it? Can they touch it? Is it the football with the feet? Is it not?
It just says football. It could be soccer. It could be NRL. It could be AFL. It could be anything.
Days of Christmas Past. Ghosts. Days of Christmas Future. What's the other one? Don't know the other one. Christmas Days.
How did Scrooge win the football game?
It's Christmas Eve.
The Ghost of Christmas Past.
Ah, well, technically
that's
I said it.
One.
I said it.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, I'd say that's our best one. All right. Why did the snowman retire from sport? Uh-oh, another sport.
He melted. His knees gave out. The snowman's knees gave out.
Did the snowmen don't have knees?
No.
There's snow competition.
And then my final one. What is the best Christmas present in the world? It's so bad. It is so bad.
The gift of giving?
A broken drum. Now, Dan, why is a broken drum the best Christmas present in the world?
A broken drum?
Yeah.
Is this a follow-up, or are you just saying why
It's a two-part answer, but I just want you to appreciate the first part first. So, a broken drum.
All right, well, there's the little drummer boy.
No.
Doesn't make any noise.
It's
holy.
No. But nice try. Where's the best Christmas present in the world? A broken drum, because you just can't beat it.
Why was Santa's little helper feeling depressed?
Elf confidence.
Oh, close. Really close. What's another word for confidence?
All I've got is elf harmed in my head.
Oh, that's it. You're on the right lines. You just need to put the two pieces together. I believe in you, Mark. I think you can do it.
Elf pressed? I don't know. What is it?
Oh, come on.
No.
I need to give you a clue. See if you can get it. He had something that was very low.
Elf esteem.
Yes.
So that's our terrible Christmas puns. More throughout the episode.
Inevitably.
Yeah.
It's kind of every week.
But they are festive this week. We made a concise effort to be Christmassy and damn well jolly.
80s. 90s.
Naughty.
Now.
Tell me where the freak's at.
Greatest hits mixtape. Ran it like.
Need Dan and Mark on 101 FM. The on-air light is active. Now.
Who wants to play a questionnaire?
Dan, Star Wars came out this week. Did you see the midnight launch?
Yes, I did. And before we even get into this, promise no spoilers.
I can't promise anything.
No, you have to promise, Mark. People will rage.
Hand shot first. You thought
That was so close. So close. Like, even mentioning any of the characters, I get nervous. So just please don't do that again.
Chewie was great.
Please don't do that
It was
again.
so cool.
I'm going straight into the questions to stop this. Number one, which of these facts isn't true about Star Wars The Force Awakens? Is it A, the new droid BB-8 is inspired by one of Ralph McQuarrie's original concepts for R2-D2 that was scrapped because it was impossible to make in the mid-70s?
I kind of believe that. Have you seen the robotic ones out and about? You can actually buy a BB-8 for about $100, and I think it's pretty cool.
Is it B, at the time of filming, Mark Hamill in this movie was the same age as Sir Alec Guinness? Was it the same filming the original?
I believe that.
Is it C, during breaks, Anthony Daniels, who plays C-3PO, was not allowed to sit with Kenny Baker, who plays R2-D2, because the two would fight too much?
On this one?
Yeah.
Really? No, they've been doing years of convention together. What's my final one?
Just to follow that up, Anthony Daniels is banned from conventions because of his behaviour. That's just to sway you, maybe.
It does sway me, maybe.
Or is it D, Simon Pegg is the second actor of all time to appear in both live-action Star Wars and Star Trek films, after the actor Deep Roy?
I don't know who Deep Roy is, but I do believe that. Okay. You kind of led me towards the C.
Are you going to lock it in?
I'm going to say, if you played me.
Yeah, C is not true. Although, he is notorious for being mean to Kenny Baker.
Oh.
So, I mean, of all the original cast, for one of them to be not a great guy, that's a pretty good average. But come on, Anthony Daniels. C-3PO is cool. All right, number two. Brad Bird turned down the offer to direct the film for what reason? Is it A, creative differences, B, contract issues,
No.
C, he was worried about the cultural importance of the franchise, or D, he was already committed to direct Tomorrowland, A World Beyond?
Okay, don't even knock Tomorrowland. It's a better film than you make out. And he's currently directing The Incredibles, and everyone knows that takes forever.
So,
Was he signed into a multi-picture deal with Disney? Maybe, but then wouldn't they have let him go for The Force Awakens? It's owned by Disney. I don't know. Let's say the weight of the franchise.
lock it in?
Yep. Boo. Ah, there we go.
No, that
Oh,
was...
that's not the right sound effect. Sorry. Yes.
What are you doing?
I played a Dalek Exterminate one instead.
Well,
of
you got
the,
exterminated. That's only fair.
Yeah,
you got
no.
it wrong. I would
There it
kind of tricked you there. It was a cheat. It was the joke answer. He was directing Tomorrowland. So he turned Star Wars down for Tomorrowland.
Whatever.
Question number 3. To keep the cast, crew, and visitors, especially Kevin Smith, quiet about plot points, J.J. Abrams had a World War II style propaganda posters put up around the set. What did it say? Is it A, be like Vader and keep mum? Is it B, loose? You know, be like dad, keep mum?
No.
Don't you know the phrase keep mum? It means
Yeah,
keep quiet.
yeah. No, I don't like that. I think he made that up.
All right. Is it B, loose lips sink starships?
I think it's that. I read something about that.
All right. Do you just want to lock it in right now?
Okay.
Yeah. It was impossible to think of a better one than that because I googled propaganda posters and none of them lined up. I mean, my best one was blah blah. No, that's not even worth saying.
Oh.
Number 4, Jennifer Lawrence, Elizabeth Olsen, and which other actor were considered for the role of Rey? Is it A, Margot
I would
Robbie?
not have liked Jennifer Lawrence in that role. Just saying.
Is it A, Margot Robbie, B, Emma Watson, C, Shailene Woodley, or D, Lindsay Lohan?
Okay. Lindsay Lohan would do a better job than Shailene Woodley.
Oh, that's a bit mean. That is quite mean because she's the joke answer, Lindsay Lohan.
I know. That's good God. That sounds terrible. Emma Watson or Margot Robbie?
Now, you have to remember that Rey has a British accent.
I'm going to say Margot Robbie because she was kind of unknown at the time.
Lock it in?
Yeah. Oh, what?
It's the one you just got rid of straight away, Shailene Woodley.
What? I mean, that makes sense because Jennifer Lawrence was in Hunger Games and Shailene Woodley was in Divergent. But have you seen Divergent? No? You and the rest of the world. It's awful.
All right, final one. Number 5. Which actor denied a return to the role because, quote, it would have bored him? Is it A, Dennis Lawson, who played Wedge Antilles?
Was it Lando?
Is it B, Billy D. Williams, who played Lando Calrissian? Is it C, Michael Pennington, who played Moff Road? Or is it
No
D?
one knows who that is.
Is it D, Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks? Come on, Jar Jar. No, I promise you this one is not a trick. It's not D.
I reckon it was Lando.
You think?
Yep.
Lock it in?
Yep. Who was it?
It was the first guy, Dennis Lawson, who played Wedge Antilles, who is basically just one of the pilots and not really that interesting anyway, so why did he turn it down?
So why was your trivia question?
Who wants to play a questionnaire?
Dan,
Yes.
you've chosen Fargo,
The TV show, not the movie.
exclusively season 2.
What?
No?
What?
No? Okay, never mind. Take it that way.
Season 2 was not what I wanted, but okay, I suppose I've watched it.
No, actually, just thinking of this question one, which of these awards did Fargo win for season 1? That would indicate that it is both seasons. I didn't write these questions. Anita's, I don't know if I can say that or not. And Anita was, I'm trying to blow it out of proportion, but everything
She's okay.
yeah, she's okay. She nearly died. Like,
It wasn't even her, and no, they didn't nearly die.
I feel like if it wasn't a Tom Cruise movie, yeah. So, does that make sense?
Not really,
No,
but continue.
not at all. Anyway, Anita wrote these questions for Dan about Fargo. Question 1. Which of these awards did Fargo win for season 1? A. Outstanding New Program at the 30th TCA Awards. B. Television Program of the Year at the 15th American Film Institute Awards. C. Outstanding Best Achievement in Movies, Miniseries and Specials at the 30th TCA Awards. Or D. Best Children's Entertainment at the Emmys.
See, I would give it that at the Emmys as well, but I won a bunch of Emmys and I was waiting for the Emmy, and the only Emmy was a joke answer.
Emily.
So I can't say that Emmy. So I am just going to go for the first one.
The first one, Outstanding New Program at the 30th TCA Awards?
Yeah, because I won a bunch.
No. It was the B, Television Program of the Year at the 15th American Film Institute Awards.
Yeah, I suppose. It won a bunch.
Question 2. Which actor came up with their own haircut on his own?
Billy Bob Bowl-Cut.
Yes.
No, read the joke. I want to hear the joke.
Fred Savage.
Fred Savage. I don't... maybe he directed. I don't think he was involved. Does he have a bad haircut in
I don't know who
sitcom
Fred
he's in?
Savage is.
He's the kid in one of those 80s sitcoms.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know. Question 3. In Season 1, Episode 2, as Deputy Solverson and Lester exit the drugstore, a parking spot is designated parking reserved for owner A. Mike Zoss, B. Frank Grimes, C. George Cohen, or D. Bugs Bunny.
Definitely not Bugs Bunny. I don't think it's a Coen brother, although that would make sense.
That would make sense.
It's one of the producers, I think. The
One of
first
the
one
producers.
sounds like a producer name, so I'm going to say that one.
The first one?
Grimes was his name? Gus?
B is Frank Grimes. A is Mike Zoss.
I'm going to say Grimes then.
You going to say Grimes?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you look so happy because I obviously got it right and then I switched to a wrong one, didn't I?
It was a Mike Zoss. This is a reference to Mike Zoss Drugs, a Minnesota pharmacy, and no doubt a nod to the Coen brothers who spent their time there in their youth and subsequently named their production company Mike Zoss Productions, as well as giving the name to the pharmacy that is robbed in their film No Country for Old Men. Isn't that a great fact?
Yes, and I did read that. I only remember the last part though. I don't remember all the other references.
Well, yes. Long story short, they made a sign about it.
Yeah.
Question 4. In the first episode, Lester walks into a diner to meet up with Lorne. Every time they write Lorne, I think of Lorne Michaels from Saturday Night Live, and I just imagine him holding his wine glass.
Well, he's kind of as eccentric as Lorne Michaels.
Crazy. Lester walks into a diner to meet up with Lorne. A sign advertises White Russians. Is that a drink? Hope so. For $4.95. This is an obvious nod. Obvious. Absolutely. To the Coens and which film of theirs wherein the main character always orders White Russians. I really hope that's a drink.
It is. I think it has vodka in it.
That would make sense. A. Miller's Crossing. B. The Man Who Wasn't There. C. The Big Lebowski. Or D. White Chicks. You know the Coen Brothers film White Chicks?
So you said exclusively season 2 before. So far, this is exclusively season 1. Season 2 is more fresh in my mind, although I love season 1 a lot more. So I should know it, but I'm not really a big Coen Brothers fan. So I'm gonna say the first one just because I don't know. I really don't know.
You're saying Miller's Crossing?
What was the second one?
The second one is The Man That Wasn't There.
Maybe it's that one. I don't think it's the Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Lock in B.
No. Oh, this is like a record for you.
Was it A again?
It was C, The Big Lebowski.
What? How could I get that wrong? I haven't seen the Big Lebowski, but it's just one of the famous ones.
I just who is it? Jeff Daniels? The dude?
No, it's the guy that's the dad from Roseanne. That guy. With
John
the beard.
Goodman?
Yeah.
I don't feel
think
like
so.
that's right.
Well, I'm not getting anything right tonight, so don't listen to me.
I don't know. You miss your bonus question. And finally, Lorne Malvo and Molly Solverson never had an interaction throughout season 1, nor did which other two characters. A. Bo Monk and Bill Budge.
There's going to be a lot of funny names in this
Bo
list.
Monk. B. Gus Grimley and Lester Nygaard. That's less funny. C. Mr. Wrench and Gus Grimley. Or D. Possibly none of these, as I just randomly selected characters from a list. So sorry if there's more than one correct answer.
Yeah, there may be more than one correct answer, but I know what hers is because I read this one and I remember this one. It's Gus and Lester. No, not Gus. Lester.
What?
Yeah, Gus
Sorry?
and Lester.
Are you
B,
sure?
whatever B was.
I know, it just sounds like you just made two names up.
It's Lester Nygaard
Yeah.
and whoever Tom Hanks' son played.
Gus Grimley.
Yeah.
Yes. So, did you just get two?
Yeah, I got 2, so it's a tie. Yeah. But anyway, we did the tiebreaker off air. It was, we had to try and guess the budget for Star Wars Force Awakens and Fargo, the film, not the TV show.
Yes. And we both agreed that Star Wars would be 200 million even.
Yep.
And so you look at something like a Nicholas Sparks film, and that's 18 to 20 million. So I thought, all right, I reckon Fargo is about the same ballpark. So I said about 20 million.
I kind of had the same logic as you, except I knew that Fargo was a bit older than that, so I just kind of brought the price down a little bit, so I said about 10.
Yes. And it was only 7.
Yeah.
7.
The Coen brothers do a lot of stuff with a little amount of money, which proves a lot.
What?
They do a lot of stuff with a little bit of money. It's a time twister for you.
All right. So, yeah, I lost, long story short.
Like the show? Like the Facebook page, facebook.com/NeatDanMark.
Good news, everyone!
Dan, what's your good news story?
Like we said, tying it into the Christmas theme, this is something really nice that happened in America, where a pair of Secret Santas have shelled out a total of $286,000 US
Yeah.
to pay for people's lay-bys for the
Wow.
Christmas. Yeah, I think that's really
Wow.
nice.
That's really unexpected.
So on Friday, a guy who just called himself Santa B, he paid off $180,000.
Yeah, 180,000. That's quite a lot. That's like a fifth of $1,000,000.
Well, yeah, it's more money than I've ever had.
Jeez,
you
you
have
could buy a
that one,
house
guys?
with that. Actually, he just paid off a house worth of lay-bys.
Well, it was 400 purchases in Pennsylvania. And then the same man actually paid off $50,000 worth of lay-bys last year as well. So he's been doing it for a while. This is the kind of rich person I would be, I think. Well, I'd want to think I would be if I was
You'd
rich.
want to think you are. Would you really though? Like that's a lot of money. Like maybe $1,000. I'd just duck down, put 20 on each. But
It is a lot of money, but when you think of it in terms of how much money Bill Gates has, it would be spare change to Bill Gates. So if this guy is in the same sort of leagues as Bill Gates, you can see why he would do it.
yeah, maybe he lost a bet. Oh no.
No, Christmas spirit, Mark. It's because he's a Christmas nice guy. The other person doesn't even have a name for the other person, but good on him.
Mrs. Santa B.
Good news, everyone!
Mine is a little bit snarkier, I guess, but I still think it's good news. It starts with bad news, but it gets better. So there was a man that developed some AIDS medication, and it costs about $7 a bottle, and obviously helped a lot of people power through. And then there was this scrupulous, bad word person, and he came along and he patented it, and that same $7 bottle is now about $500+. Right?
Yeah.
Very bad person, right? He didn't even invent it. He just put a patent on it. He just got arrested today for criminal fraud. There's a good chance they'll reverse it, and they're going to look him up for a very long time.
I love this story because it also backfired on him as well, because do you remember just after this happened, another guy patented the same thing but just with a different name, because you can do that with medicine. You have the generic ones.
Yeah.
So he just lost all the business, and the other guy, whoever that was, has actually made a heap of money and is still charging it at a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Anyway, Christmas spirit.
Ridiculous.
Neat Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Would you like to swing on a star? Carry moonbeams home in a jar? Or would you rather be a mule?
Would you rather?
So this week, they're all themed. You can probably guess the theme. See if you can pick
Star
up on
Wars.
it. On the first one. Would you rather Santa was real but evil, or Santa and even the idea of Santa never existed? Do you think if Santa was real but evil, would that make it worse?
Yes.
Because, he's evil, but he's doing evil things. But surely Mum and Dad would still be nice about Santa, right?
Probably not.
All right, well, which one are you choosing?
I'm going to say it would not exist at all.
Mark wants to kill Santa.
No.
How dare you, Mark? I'm agreeing with you, though. Because, just the point, any chance of evil, you got to get rid of that. But yeah, and 73% of people agree. Would you rather...
Any chance in evil. So if you had a time machine, would you go back and kill Hitler?
That is a very big debate.
I know.
We don't have time for.
Should write that down.
Yeah, that's a new and interesting idea, Mark. We should patent that somehow and then sell it for more money than it's worth. I don't know. Bad tie back. Would you rather there was no Christmas presents or no Christmas dinner?
Presents.
Why?
Because food.
See, Christmas dinner has never really impressed me. I eat a whole lot during the week anyway.
My God. No way. I don't know if you know my December, but about December 1st, the world just turns into a fiery mess. And then it's just a marathon to December 25th. We're almost there, people. We're 6 days away. Not that I'm counting. And I also get Tuesday off, which is oh my God, I have to have every 7th day off. And I thought and I get Tuesday off. So excited. And
You can eat Christmas dinner?
9
then?
a.m. Christmas morning, I get to open some presents and have a full 24 hours to myself. And then I get to end the day stuffing my face. And
What?
I quite
You do
like
Christmas by yourself?
What? No.
You just said full 24 hours to yourself.
Yeah, a full 24 hours to myself, away from the 25 days of hell that preceded it. December is crazy.
All right, what does this have to do with Christmas dinner?
It's the end. It's the finish line.
Okay, so it sounds like you just want to get to the finish, and Christmas dinner is the finish to you.
Exactly. It's like I have seen everyone I need to see. I have done my bit. Job done. Let's eat some damn prawns.
All right, well, I'd rather there was no Christmas dinner just because presents. But 77% of people agree with me this time. Yeah. Would you rather be one of Santa's elves or one of Santa's reindeer?
Elves.
Why?
Because we get to stop at the same time. I'd
Get to
still get
stop.
that feeling of December 25th, job done.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, the reindeers only have one day of work the whole year.
Yeah, but I don't know. Elves seem just to have a bit of lifestyle. I was going to say elves aren't in slave labour, but they both are.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know. I'd just rather be an elf.
Well, 61% of people would as well.
Reindeers bully also.
Bully?
Yeah.
Why? Are you thinking of Rudolph?
Yeah.
You know that's not true.
None of it is.
Would you rather every day was Christmas or your birthday?
Birthday.
Why is that? Just selfish?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. My birthday is always more of an event. You have to share.
So you would have... So in this scenario, either you have thousands of birthdays or you live less than 9 months. Which one are you going to choose?
No, you just have thousands of birthdays.
Okay. Well, I choose Christmas.
I'll be like the Queen.
The Queen. I choose Christmas, and so does 69% of people. And finally, what's more annoying, early Christmas decorations or endless Christmas carols? Endless, not just one or two, endless.
Well, they do this big survey at work, and they say, if you could change anything about where you work, what would you do? And this isn't here, but because of here, I've always written for the 5 years I've been there, better music, and they finally listened last year. They changed from, say, a 60s mix to a now mix, and it's very exciting. But now Christmas is back. But then for the first 2 weeks, they staggered them 50-50, so you'd have like a Bieber track, and then you'd have a Christmas carol, and it was the right blend, but we're 6 days away, and it's nothing but carols, and I'm over it. I've hit my limit.
A lot of yours are tying back to work.
Yep. It's all I've been. Like, the only reason I got to see Star Wars is because it was at midnight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surely, though, your work also has early Christmas decorations.
Yeah, but it was September, so I wasn't paying attention to that. Like, it was beyond insanely early. We set up Christmas before we set up Halloween.
Yeah, I just can't handle that. It kills the magicalness
of Halloween.
The magic of Christmas.
I don't know. We didn't sell any of it. It just sat there.
Anyway, 63% of people agree with you, then say that endless Christmas carols are annoying. Now let's play a Christmas carol. Are we going to?
Yes, The Pretender by the Foo Fighters.
Keep you in the dark and so it all began. Send in your skeletons, sing as their bones come marching in again.
101 FM National News, sponsored by Step Into Training Services, Logan Central.
Let's do it.
Well, nothing will live up to the hype of Star Wars, but you know we're gonna give it a try. Big week for trailers. Obviously, we've had X-Men and Star Trek.
The Harry Potter one.
Kung Fu Panda. I'm looking at now. Not
X-Men.
great.
Oh, you said X-Men, right?
Yeah, X-Men was a big one. X-Men's been on the front page of YouTube for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah, it surprised me that Star Trek didn't go in front of Star Wars. It's kind of a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, but it's like Pepsi and Coke.
Yeah, but there's merits to both.
I was actually having a think this week, and I was watching the new Star Trek trailer, which looks a lot like a Fast and Furious film because it's by the director. And I was thinking that everyone always compares Star Trek and Doctor Who, and everyone always compares Star Trek and Star Wars. But it's kind of like a hybrid.
What, Star Wars and Doctor Who?
Yeah, if like Star Wars and Doctor Who had a baby, it'd be Star Trek.
I'd say the other way around if it was me. If Star Trek and Doctor Who had a baby, it'd be Star Wars.
No, I like my analogy better. But thanks for contributing.
That's basically this show summed up in 10 sentences. What's some more news?
Thank you for giving me some rope out of that hole. Vin Diesel is determined to make Riddick a thing. Have you ever seen a Riddick movie?
Yeah, I think I saw the third one. It's about the sun or something.
I don't know.
There's a big sun. I know that.
Well, there's going to be a fourth one. It's going to be an origin story.
Yeah, that will get they'll get a fair few people excited. There are hardcore Riddick fans out there.
Really?
Yeah, apparently.
I've never seen one. I believe you. Like, they've made 4 of them. There must be an audience, but I don't know. Vin Diesel got money to throw around anyway.
Yeah, well, it's better than him doing another Fast and Furious.
Oh, we got one of those on the way.
Oh,
Speaking of, in Fast and Furious 7, we had Kurt Russell.
Yes. That's actually a big call. Big pull.
Big pull?
Yep.
Well, now he's going over to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh. Is he going to be a villain or a good guy?
I don't know, but all the press from James Gunn, the director, has been about, who's Peter Quill's father, so maybe it's Kurt Russell.
That would kind of work, I suppose.
Yeah, I'd pay that. Yeah, not bad. And then the other big one, which kind of took me... well, I don't know if it was a surprise, but I never know what Quentin Tarantino can do. He's got a new movie, The Hateful Eight, and there's this old Los Angeles Cinemaplex, right? And it's a dome of some sort. I don't know. He went into great detail about it on this podcast, and he said that he used to go there as a kid. It's in the middle of LA. It's not like the Chinese theater, but it's iconic to him, and he wanted to screen his movie there. And so before he even finished the film, he said a contract, please screen The Hateful Eight, and they signed on the dotted line. Hateful Eight comes out 2 weeks after The Force Awakens. Now Disney have said, not only do we want the 2 weeks of The Force Awakens that we've allocated, we also want the 2 weeks that Hateful Eight has been allocated.
Oh.
And Quentin Tarantino goes, no, and the people who own, I'm going to call it the Thunderdome, right?
Yeah.
The Thunderdome have gone, well, no, we've got this contract, and Disney said, you will not get The Force Awakens at the Thunderdome or 150 of your entire cinema chains if you don't play on top of the Hateful Eight. And so Quentin Tarantino just livid, and he's an angry guy at the best of times.
Well, he was nearly not going to make this movie because of all the leaks.
Because of a script leak, right? Yeah.
I am on Star Wars side because I think it'll be a better movie, but I'm more on Tarantino's side because what Disney have just said is so evil. So hopefully...
Disney is evil, don't forget it. They might own Marvel, they might own Lucasfilm, but they're still evil.
That is just unforgivable.
From the people that brought you Cinderella. And that's about movie news for the week. Everyone's really been avoiding Star Wars. They're kind of saying, here's my trailer. I'll see you in March.
Like the show? Like the Facebook page. Facebook.com/NeatDanMark.
Things. Number 1, if this guy was a roadrunner instead of a road driver, he would have saved himself a lot of money. I think almost every week I can hear myself saying this is one of my favourite stories of the year. But again, this is one of my favourite stories of the year.
Okay.
It's the story that there was a tunnel, Roadrunner-style tunnel, painted on a bridge with the Roadrunner looking down the tunnel.
Yep.
And this guy thought it was a real tunnel and drove into it. Now, don't worry, he's okay. But
doesn't the Roadrunner on it give you like a...
Well... give you a clue?
Yeah, that's the word. Thank you.
Well, I don't know. I think it might have happened at night because the photos that I've seen looked a bit dark-ish.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Twilight.
Maybe Twilight, yeah. There's not much else to this story because it's just shared on Reddit and then there was a picture of it and then someone saying who expected this not to happen when they saw the painted tunnel on a bridge.
Yeah.
But still, it's funny.
Yeah. Like, you're driving up to it and then your headlights reflect and you're like, something gone wrong here.
Yeah, and sure, it looks like a cartoon. It doesn't look like a road.
No.
I don't know.
I know. I think that's silly.
Number 2, kids' jokes are the best and the worst. Oh, and have a good Christmas. So you remember when it's a kid's joke, Mark. Just laugh at it and move on. Do you remember when I did kids jokes a long time ago? Kids jokes, not kids jokes that are jokes written for kids. These are jokes written by kids.
Yes.
So I said I'd come back to them, and I didn't find a good enough reason until I found Christmas ones.
Okay.
So I've got a few Christmas kids jokes for you. How do you make a Christmas tree? Don't have a clue. That's a joke. You didn't.
That's not funny.
That's the kids joke. That's
just
why it's
silly.
funny. It's funny because it's not funny.
Yes.
I'll get you to laugh before the end. Why did the turkey... That's not my laugh that I was aiming for.
Oh, well, it worked.
Why?
Exactly.
Why did the turkey severely attack the woman? Because she said Merry Christmas.
That's not right either.
Yeah, because turkeys get eaten at Christmas.
They get eaten on Thanksgiving.
And Christmas.
Do they?
Yeah.
Are you having turkey on your Christmas?
No, but I've seen them in Coles and Woolworths and IGA and all the
don't-
shops that also
don't
are
believe you.
available.
All the shops, Mr. Toy World.
And the ones that sell food. Knock, knock.
That's a choice.
Knock, knock. Someone's
Who's
at the
there?
door, Mark, at the door.
Is that
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree here?
Your best friend.
That's not right.
It's
That's like a kid with not OCD. What's the other one? ADHD. And so they're halfway through writing a knock knock joke, and they're like, knock knock, who's there? Christmas tree. Oh my god, I'm so on point, right? I'm like 3/4 of the way through this joke, everything's set up, and he's like, you know how to make this better? My best friend. And then he's like, my best friend. I don't know. I relate to that kid. I quite like the joke now. I understand the backstory.
Student laugh. What do babies want for Christmas? All their teeth. And it's written like that as well.
All their teeth.
Yeah, all their teeth.
All their teeth.
And finally, why did the banana cross the road?
Why?
To find Banana Santa in Banana Land with banana underpants.
That's good. Those last two were good.
Number 3, Andy Warhol would go to the hairdresser regularly to get his wig cut and then come back the next month with a longer wig, pretending that his hair had grown.
That is very silly.
That is Andy Warhol. Number 4, need a good reason to escape the office Christmas party? I'll give you tree. So this is an invention that has been... I can't quite tell if it's a joke or not. It seems very much like a joke, but from what I've seen is that you can actually buy this.
Okay.
They'll put their video up on our Facebook page, facebook.com/NeatDenmark, and it's up there with the Roadrunner picture if you want to see that hilarious picture. But this is an invention by a British company called laterooms.com.
Called what?
Laterooms.com.
Okay.
You can dress up in a Christmas tree and escape the Christmas party like a cartoon. I can almost imagine the twinkling noise happening when they run out with their feet, because all you can see is their feet. It's a Christmas tree that goes over your head.
Yeah.
And then you just walk out. And it's like it comes in an assemble it yourself kit. It has batteries so the lights actually light up and stuff.
Cool.
But it's very funny. Have a look at it on our Facebook page. Number 5, all I want for Christmas is to forget these films. So I was talking to you before and trying to work out what the best Christmas movie is.
Yes.
Do you have one?
No, although Love Actually came to my mind because I thought that Anita would yell about it after that headline. I don't know.
See, they're never really that great, are they? I'd say Elf, but
really.
it's not an amazing movie.
A Christmas Carol, Doctor Who.
Yeah, well, A Christmas Carol's always the one you go to, especially the Muppets one, and Doctor Who, of course. But because they're never that great, that always means there's a nice list of terrible ones that we can just make fun of. For example, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Ugh.
This came out in 1964 when Martian children spend way too much time watching Martian TV.
Martian TV, not regular TV.
Yeah, and they don't do their Martian chores. So the King of Mars hoped he abducts all the Santas of the world and 2 kids from Earth just so he can work out which is the real Santa because he can't work it out himself, and then wants the Santa for Mars. So what do you think, Mark? You want to see that?
To tear it to shreds. I think I could write a scathing article about it.
All right. I would be interested to see which one you think is the worst one.
I wonder what is better, that or Howard the Duck?
See, Howard the Duck is bad, but this kind of sounds worse. Although I don't think it's the
duck, man.
I don't think it's the worst one on the list. Let's continue with Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny. So Santa crashes his sleigh into Florida, and his sleigh gets stuck in the sand, and his reindeer run away. So he uses his telepathic powers to call on the kids around him to come and help him. And then, when this film...
Are the kids replacement for reindeer, or are the kids just helping him get it?
That would be not a terrible movie. That would just be an awful thing for Santa to do if they're replacing the reindeers. No, he wants them to help him find his reindeers.
Well, this sounds like an okay children's film so far.
Well, so far. Then he just tells a girl a different story, and that's the rest of the movie. He tells the girl the story of Thumbelina, and that becomes the story. And then at the end, one of the kids brings their dog, and then the dog summons a giant bunny in a fire truck which saves Santa.
Do you know what that reminds me of?
I have no clue. That reminds me of nothing.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Christmas tree.
Your best friend. This is the one that I vote is the worst one, even though we just heard that one. It's a movie called Santa with Muscles from 1994. Guess who plays Santa?
Schwarzenegger.
Close. It's worse though. Hulk Hogan. So Hulk
Mustache and all.
Hulk Hogan.
Be white.
He plays an evil self-made millionaire who starts to believe that he is actually Santa Claus after he gets a head injury. And then another
Hulk Hogan already has a head injury.
I think he has more than one. Another evil millionaire tries to buy an orphanage so he can find some magical crystals hidden underneath it. And only Santa with muscles can save the day.
Oh, no.
Which is worse so far.
I think Santa with muscles.
Yeah, it's pretty much the winner. The next one's Jack Frost, 1997. It is a mass murderer called Scott McDonald. This is the weird kind of subgenre of Christmas movies where they have horror Christmas movies that I don't ever get.
They are okay. They're hard to do. Oh, American Horror Story did a great 2-part Christmas special in their second season. Who was it? Ian McShane came in as Evil Santa. Great.
Evil Santa is actually scary. Like the robot Santa from Futurama is a great idea.
Yes.
But a mass murderer turning into Jack Frost, a snowman?
Because
not
Jack
so
Frost
good.
not that popular anyway. Although Rise of the Guardians, underrated movie.
Finally, the Star Wars Holiday Special, because even Star Wars isn't safe from these.
I really want to track this down because I'd never heard of it until this year, and it excites me.
Well, it's on YouTube. I have had a look. It goes for an hour and 20 minutes. I don't think I could handle that.
No.
But what happens, it's from 1978, and George Lucas signed off on this and kind of had
George
nothing
Lucas
to do
will
with it.
sign up on anything.
Well, apparently. He doesn't have any control anymore, which thank God.
Thank God.
But even George Lucas doesn't like this, and he said that he would track down every bootleg copy if he could and destroy them. What happens is it's not Christmas, it's Life Day, and Han Solo, Luke, Leia, and Chewie all head back to Chewie's planet to celebrate Life Day with Chewie's family.
But it's only Mark Hamill, right?
Nope.
Everyone turned up. They did not rope Harrison Ford into that.
Yep, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill. This is before they were really big stars. It's just after
Get
the
off
first Star
my
Wars.
plane.
It was just after the first Star Wars, so they were still kind of bubbling away.
Yes.
And then, so it's actually, interestingly, even though it's terrible, and there is a Wookiee family that don't make the right Wookiee noises and have weird Wookiee faces, there is the first appearance of Boba Fett, but it's on a cartoon that one of the Wookiee kids is watching on TV while the stormtroopers invade his house. It is, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, if you want to laugh, look it up, but if you do love Star Wars, don't look it up. So, what do you vote? Worst movie of those?
Oh, the muscles. Yeah. Muscles.
Santa with muscles.
Yes.
If you just see the picture of it, it's funny.
Meet Dan and Mark on Logan City's 101 FM.
Hello again. Ending of the podcast. Time for this little segment.
Actual tweets from the official Twitter account of Jaden Smith.
It's your birthday, Madio said. I didn't respond. Are you not excited to be 15? Reading my book, I added, I turned 15 a long time ago.
What a dickhead.
Mark, you have a story that is very Christmassy and not in any way related to that.
I know, like, I thought mine was really stupid. But after that, God, they need to test that kid for drugs. Serious? Isn't that okay?
That should be the test for drugs. If you think what he says is clever, you're on him.
Wow. Okay. So it's a man out of Florida and he sent out his Christmas cards. There's a lot of things wrong with it. So he is bald with library glasses, which is fine. A lot of people are.
Costanza.
Yes, comic legend. Alexander. Jason.
He doesn't have glasses in real life, though.
No,
Harry Potter. Not bald, though.
not real. Not a comic legend.
Well, George
Doesn't really
Costanza
make
isn't.
any of the criteria.
He has library glasses.
Okay, he meets one of the criteria.
Santa! He could be bald under his hat.
Unlikely. You know the hand from Addams Family?
The Thing.
Yeah. So, okay. It's a family Christmas portrait. And it's a photo, and they're standing in front of the Christmas tree, and they're all in Christmas shirts. More on that later. He's kind of holding his hand like a claw on top of his wife's head. So his wife is sitting down on the seat, and he's kind of like just clawing her head, which is weird. And it's not even like he's suctioning it. It's like only his fingertips are touching, which is just weird to begin with. His wife is then kind of got her arms outstretched and has got her hands on both her daughter's knees, which is fine. Her daughters are probably 22, 23, so old enough to be in this whack-ass Christmas photo.
I like the invention of the word whack-ass, by the way.
The daughters then have their hands on each other's knees and their mum's knees. So it's like a little... There's too much hand movement going on. Dad's then just got his hand like resting on his daughter's back. I don't know. That's probably the most normal thing going on in this photo. The daughters are posing like models, like a Kardashian or whatever. So the daughters and the mum each have ho on their shirt, so it's like ho ho ho. And then the dad, who I may remind you is clawing his wife's head, just staring blank face. No one's smiling. They're all staring dead at the camera. And he's got on his shirt, chilling with my hose.
Oh, no.
And then on the back, it says Merry Christmas, bitches.
Is this Donald Trump?
No, this is... What's his name? He won't put his name to it, but his daughter's name is Natalie Yoshida.
She's a victim. Why does she get named?
It was her idea.
What?
Now that I've explained it in horrendous detail, take a look at that photo.
It is so creepy. When you explained it, I thought they'd be sitting in front of maybe a backdrop or something.
Yeah.
It'd be like one of those awkward photos. Yeah, the mum is the only one that's not into it. The two daughters are like, one of them is like one of those mannequins that looks a little bit too real. Another one may be from American Horror Story. The mum looks like she is screaming, "Help me!" And the dad...
I was outvoted. This was my idea.
And the dad... He thinks
so,
it's funny.
He's so blank though. There's nothing going on.
You can tell that he thinks it's funny though. Like there's a wry little smile there, but
It's not ironic, it's just weird.
and it really is like The Thing. I don't know why he is doing that.
Even if that was like your newborn child, you would not hold anybody's head like you're holding that head.
All right. So normally we use the Neat Dan and Mark picture for the picture artwork on the podcast. I found the new one for this week.
And if you've reached 55 minutes into the podcast and
Yeah, then you'll understand.
wondered why we chosen such a whack-ass photo, that is why. This is what happens when you leave us alone without neat supervision. We're taking a 1-week hiatus next week for the Christmas break. We'll be back with our New Year's special.
I'm crying.
Check out facebook.com/neatdanmark and facebook.com/novastreamau. Have a great week.
Like the show?